morning. Good morning, everyone. It's the winter solstice, which means it's the shortest day, and we're going to start getting a little bit more daylight. Good morning, Annie. How are you? Little Maybelline? You little gorgeous girl. You little gorgeous girl. And little Floppy Doo. Hello, Hiddy Hops. Hello, Hiddy Hops. Would you like some breakfast? Yes. Let me go and get you some. Mabel's got the first of her 2 hay balls for the day. And we'll decide in a minute who's going to be her companion. That banging is her hay ball. Hida's staying in for now. And Annie's already out going free range. She couldn't go free range yesterday because we had such bad winds that our barriers kept blowing down. So, to her disgust, she had to stay in one of the turnouts. And the water out here always tastes better than the water in your stable, doesn't it? Even though it's the same water. Bizarre. Anyway, you go wander for a bit. Now, it was interesting, actually, that I said about Annie going outside to drink that water, because we actually had no water on the farm a couple of days ago because there'd been a burst pipe up the road. And when the water started again, it had a lot of sediment in it. And United Utilities said that it's all fine, but, you know, it just needs to run through the system. But while I was feeding this morning, my little young man here, Bailey, who decided to ignore our advice of not drinking it yesterday, drank a lot of it. And go on, tell everybody what's happened.
I've been violently throwing up.
Yeah, so you've not been good this morning, have you?
No.
No, but little Woody, who's Tamara's dog, there's the little troublemaker.
He's been giving emotional support.
He's been giving you emotional support, yeah? Yeah? Okay. So, what have we learnt?
Not to drink the special fizzy water.
Yes, because it was quite fizzy and quite brown, wasn't it?
It made my brain feel fuzzy.
Oh dear, that's not good. So yeah, poor little Bailey's not good. But then that also does make me think, does that affect the horses as well? I know they drink water out of the beck and they have a completely different internal system. But, you know, maybe Annie was trying to tell me something this morning, that the water outside in the tank was a little bit fresher than what she'd got in her stable last night. Anyway, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye-bye.
While little Bailey is sleeping off his poorly tummy, I'm heading down to the barn where I've left poor Hol doing all the mucking out and looking after everybody. But we had a wonderful, wonderful gift arrive yesterday from one of our major sponsors and supporters, Karen Vinton Hughes, and we got a lovely hamper of goodies from Marks and Spencer's, which is for those who don't know, over in the States, it's a retail unit like a supermarket over here, and they do wonderful food. And she sent a beautiful hamper for all of us, so I'm going to set up a little bit of a surprise Christmas lunch party in the Friendship Barn for the girls, so they don't know anything about it. So I'm hoping I can keep it secret and get it set up without them noticing. So Tamara and I are sneaking around in here, and Annie's come to help because we don't want Hol to realise what we're doing, getting it all set up so that we can have our own little Christmas party in here today. But Annie desperately wants to come in, don't you, sweetheart? But there's just not quite room for you today. We will let you join from the doorway though. We've had a very important Christmas delivery, not just the carrots, but something traditionally I've always done for the horses on Christmas Day. I like to give them a Swede each, so that will be Bailey's and my job on Christmas Day. But I wasn't down here when it arrived, but Hol was telling me what Annie was doing when the Pioneer truck arrived, and Pioneer are the ones who we get the carrots and everything from. So what was she doing?
So the Pioneer truck
comes up and he's like, oh my god, I'm scared. And I was like, no. So she was stood right in front of the truck. So I just thought, well, you start driving towards her and she'll move. So she did that thing where they spin around quickly and then she just walked away. Stood there waiting. The lorry literally pulled in right alongside her. She just stands there looking at it, goes up, has a sniff, and then she takes herself to the back door, which is open, which the guy's getting the carrots out, and she just sticks her head in, just watches him unload.
She just wanted to help herself.
She did, yeah.
And she doesn't want to be outside today because it's still very windy and wet. She just wants lots of cuddles. But we'll do that a bit later, Annie. Eh? We've done what the water company suggested and just left it on a trickle like this for an hour, which is apparently supposed to clear the sediment. And now it's running. It's looking very white, but apparently this is just pockets of air within the water, and this isn't harmful in any way. So hopefully this will be a bit nicer for them to drink. But Hol, I suggest you don't drink it. Oh.
I've already drank it.
You've already drunk it?
No.
Well, if you're sick later, that's your own fault. Sorry, Jodie's just got here. We were just having a catch up, and then she's like, "Oh, Prince is over there. Hello, young man."
Is it still sound?
Yeah,
Sometimes when he's not very well, he brings himself.
he does.
But I know.
The last time he brought himself out of his field and over to the yard was when he had an abscess.
Oh, hello.
But he's not walking like he's got an abscess.
Do you want carrots?
Oh, you've come over for some attention and some loving. Oh, little man. I've just unpacked everything from the hampers that Karen has sent us, and honestly, I can't wait to bring the girls in here. And what they don't know is that Sarah is also going to come along with Frey. I thought she was going to be working today, so that's going to be a really lovely surprise. It's great that the horses get so many gifts from everybody, and I feel bad not being out there looking after the horses today and leaving Jodie and Hol to do it all. But to get this kind of appreciation as well for us is so special. I'm just going to read out the card that Karen has sent along to Tracy, Holly, Tamara and all the team. A wee Christmas treat from Karen, Scott, her husband, little Ted, her gorgeous little dog, Poppy, one of her beautiful horses, and Big Ted, her other horse. Enjoy, you all deserve this. And this is what we've got. We've got an absolute feast, which I'm leaving in all the beautiful packaging. We've got chocolates, we've got biscuits, we've got cake, we've got salted caramel pine cones, we've got biscuits and cheese and wine and gin, sausage roll garlands, beautiful meat collections and salmon. So we're certainly not going to get through all of this at lunchtime today, but we're going to maybe tuck into a glass of Prosecco, have a few bits and pieces, and then split it up between us so that everybody can take a piece home for Christmas to enjoy with their friends and family. Little Prince has obviously decided that he wants some nice dry haylage, because he's got a huge amount of land to roam around on, all of the rocky ground up there. So he generally doesn't need extra haylage, but I think he's telling us today that he'd like some. So he's come down to help himself. Meanwhile, Jodie has gone down to feed everybody outside in the rain. We had originally planned to go out on a nice little hack, the three of us, because it's the last day we're all together before Christmas, but the weather's against us. So she's feeding the girls and Hannes down there. Don't know whether no, she hasn't fed the boys yet. They're obviously off over in the footpath field, but I'm sure they'll come over when she calls. And before we do our little surprise coffee time, we've just got to get little Jubbers clean, because he needs a bath, because we've got visitors in stable stays with him tomorrow night, and it takes him a long time to dry because he's so fluffy. Here they are. Hol's already got started on Jubbers. Here's Hoitsy Poitsy, who's going to have a night in, keeping Mabel company. Hol, I'm going to give you a hand to get him done. Yeah, so that we get him done quickly. Hoyts is doing the thing he's always loved to do ever since he was a baby. He loves to pull the hose in front of him and then stand on it. At least you're not standing. Oh, he does do it deliberately. Yeah, he always has. And always will, won't you, darling? And he's been evicted now because we need the extra stable. Hida's still in, but these two are going to go out together tonight, even though it's raining. You're going to go down to the orchard and have a bit of bonding time, just so that we can leave Hannes out with the girls and Hida doesn't get cross with him. And then little Maybelline is going to have Hoytsy and Jubbers as her companions tonight. So we've got all his legs done and Hol's just doing the final rinsing off now. And then I can take them through for their surprise. I'm so excited. I'm so sad. A hack, but the weather is absolutely foul. So the girls are soaking wet through. Hol's going to be really annoyed at me that she hasn't got a dress on for this. But I'm going to call them round for coffee time any minute and hope that they don't go round to get them. It's coffee time! Yay. It's coffee time!
Sorry, what is... Oh, Jesus! What?
I was just thinking as well how you could cut back on eating so much.
Oh my...
Well, if you pick up the card at the front, you'll see where this has come from.
I think I already have an inkling. Hey.
Go on, read it out. Go on, read it out.
Tracy, Holly, Tamara and all the team. A wee Christmas treat from Karen, Scott, Little Pet, Poppy and Big Ted. Enjoy, you will deserve this. Oh my god.
So,
Wow. See, I wondered why we couldn't put Hoyser and Jabbers in a friendship.
I know, because I was thinking, well, I've got the table and everything set out. You can't have them in. So I did say to Karen last night that I was going to let you do the unboxing of everything because it just looks so exciting.
It does.
But then we just thought, because we couldn't go out on a hack for today, that we'd just have our little coffee time in here.
So would you like a glass of Prosecco, ladies?
See, I'm so not wearing the right outfit.
I knew that you would be cross with me for not having a dress on, but you have got a wee Smile Frisian style t-shirt on.
Oh my goodness.
But we've got a whole hat to go and put a dress on, but we've also got Michael who's turned up. Michael rebuilt the whole friendship barn for us. And you've even come in, even though you're off for holiday, you've even come in to fix our gutter this morning.
Yeah.
I won't say why.
Do you want to try the hat?
I think the horse backed into that damn head.
No, a horse didn't do it. Oh, that suits you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big, yeah.
So look, Hol had to get all glammed up.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, look, we've got an extra one for a drink, even though he said he didn't want one. Look, we've got Sarah and Frey have joined. We've got Jim and Nell down there. So our last Friday before Christmas, where we're all together. Forever? Are you not coming back in the new year? She's trying to gate crash my Christmas day.
She's destroying
And trying to gate...
my special Christmas Eve Friday. She's destroying that.
Yeah. You're banned from the site. We're going to lock the gates so you can't come in because Frey's having a Frey day on Sunday and Christmas Day is my day. So tough. You can have New Year's Day or something. We'll work out another day for you to have a whole day.
I'm not going to be on the yard when I'm out on Christmas.
Yeah, but what was it you said, Frey? She's still here.
Yeah, well, yeah. You're here.
Frey doesn't want you here, Hol.
I need to make a video though.
Make a video now. No, actually, don't make a video now.
Because it's raining.
Because it's raining, not because you're a little bit sozzled on Prosecco.
No, it's because it's raining.
Oh,
That would be a
okay.
hilarious video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all her videos are hilarious.
Yeah, but drunken Holly people, it would add to the humour.
It would. Shall I stop filming you now?
Yeah, you should.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Annie, we're still in here. Yeah, the music's not playing. Can you ask Siri to play it? Oh, you're looking for the treats. You want treats? Sorry, have we neglected you today? I'm sorry, darling. Do you want some treats? Hold on. I don't know whether I can open it with one hand. Hold on. You're not going to help. Annie can smell treats a mile off. Has it stopped raining? Because we've not been out there for a little while. There you go. You get blueberry treats while we get all the chocolates and cheese and all sorts of tasty things. You're going to be fat? Oh, Annie. Annie wants to come in. Maybe we should let Annie in the living side. And she can sit there and just listen to us munching as opposed to us listening to her munching. Our little lunchtime Christmas party is over. We have to sort the horses out now. I've just stood out here and Nell is having a funny 5 minutes in the round pen with a bit of wood. Now she's digging holes. No, what's she doing now? I'm not quite sure what she's doing now. Annie is just finishing off her tea because unusually I'm going to put her outside for the night. So she's going to spend a night out with Hida in the orchard, and I'm hoping they're going to do a bit of bonding because Annie is going to have to stand in on Christmas Day and Boxing Day with Mabel, because I keep everything basic and to a minimum on those days, and because unless they need to, I don't like them to just stand in and not be able to move around. Obviously Mabel has to stand in because she's on strict box rest, but it's not ideal really for them not to be able to move. But Annie is going to be Mabel's companion on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, so I'm going to pop her out in the field with Hida tonight in the hope that Hida doesn't just want to be with all his girls who will be over the road with Hannes, and that he'll maybe spend a bit of time bonding with Annie so that when Annie goes in with him and all the other girls, that Hida isn't quite so mean to her. Meanwhile, little Prinsicle, Hole and Frey's pony, is in our turnout over here after having escaped from his field and decided to come down to the yard. So he's been enjoying a bit of haylage there, and we might actually keep him down here tonight because he's not always the most sociable with people, but when he does come down to be sociable, there's usually a reason for it. So we'll keep a little eye on him over the next 24 hours. The last time he came down, I think I mentioned earlier in the video, it was because he had an abscess in his foot, but he's definitely not got an abscess at the moment because he's walking absolutely fine. I think he just decided that he wanted a little bit of human interaction and a little bit of haylage today. There's little Hiddy Hops over there. I've just brought him out the stable. He's waiting patiently at the tie-up points. He's had his tea and just waiting for Annie to finish hers off, and then we'll be heading down the road. Leaders, I've got little Floppy Doo here, and Annie there. I've coated her legs in cream because, as you know, she doesn't cope very well out in the mud and the wet. But I'm hoping it won't be too muddy and soggy in the orchard down there, and that her legs won't get affected by the mud too much. Now, even though the girls have all been fed in the field because they heard Hole go down on the quad bike, they think it's more food for them, so they've all come running over to have a look to see whether Hole's gone down there with more. I'm really hoping that Hida's not going to mind being in a separate field to them, but he may get jealous because Hannes is out with the girls. There's the boys, their little ears popping over the hedge there. There's little Nero. Still in his red rug. I took his rug off to be printed up yesterday. There's Obi-Wan, Phoebes and Ice. There's Annie, who's probably a little bit confused, not quite sure why she's coming out for the night. So she's going a little bit slower than Hida, but that's not unusual because Annie always goes slow down a hill. She has to be very careful, and she considers every step that she takes when she's going down a hill, and that's all related to her wobbler's syndrome. That's good. So although they don't have haylage out in this field, because I try not to use this field too much in the winter months because it does get very wet by the gateway, and if you saw one of the earlier videos, when we have heavy rain it does flood. But you can see the grass is quite nice and rich and green in colour, so just for the night they'll have enough to eat out here without the need for extra haylage, which we have to give to the boys and the girls out in the bigger fields. So at the moment that's Hida on the right, that's Annie on the left. They seem quite happy, but I'll just keep an eye over the next half an hour or so to see, because it might be that because Hida knows that all of the others are just across the road here, all the girls with Hannes, that he might decide that he wants to run up and down this hedge line because he wants to be with them. But with any luck, spending a bit of time one-to-one with Annie will help him to feel more confident with her out with the rest of the girls when she joins them. Here's the girlies. Little Micah. Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling. Hello. Doubtson. Hello, Angel. Yodel. Ren and Nika having mutual scratches over there. And Special Child. Hello, Spesh. Hello, my little Spesh. Licky, licky. Always licking, licking. There's no food in there, darling. I promise. There's no food. Hol's just having a rake up over there of the droppings that they've done on the hard standing, with Angel Eyes over there with his visor on. So he's had the drops in his eyes that he has to have in every day. And the cream around it. At the moment we're putting udder cream on his skin around his eye to help keep it nice and soft and supple. So Hol's just put that on. So I'm just heading back up the road because we've got a very nice gentleman who set up our internet system on the farm, which covers particular areas. He's just come along very kindly before Christmas to have a look at how we can get better coverage across the outside areas with the satellite system that he's installed for us. We don't get good coverage in this area, so we have to have quite a, I don't know the whole system, Tamara sorts all of that out, but it's a satellite signal that we have that costs a lot more than most people have to pay every month for their internet connection. And we've got internet connection in the office, in the friendship barn and in the house, but not in the outside areas, as I might have mentioned in one of the videos before, where we were looking at trying to do some more live videos. Tamara's asked him to come in and have a look and give us a quote for what it would be to get better outdoor coverage, so that we can start bringing you more live videos of the horses, whether it's out in the turnouts, out in the fields, or even in the arena when they're training. So we'll keep you posted on that, and as soon as we can we can bring you more, we will do. I'm going to stop talking now because this hill is quite steep back up to the farm, so it's never good to walk and talk at the same time. Not at my age anyway. While I'm catching my breath at the top of the hill, there's Damson. I think that's Zeneca, Astra. Is that Pfizer over there? And Connie. Oh no, that's Connie. But they're lovely girls. And a boy, of course. It's feed time for the beasties. Little Jubbers has been thrown a carrot by Hoitzer. He's got his summer fly sheet on because, as you'll have seen in other videos, he gets absolutely coated in haylage from Hoitzer, who eats above him and drops it all over him. So because we want him to stay nice and clean for tomorrow and not get all filled with haylage and seeds in his mane, we've put his little fly sheet on to help protect him a little bit. He will slowly sneak his way into Hoitzer's feed bowl, but Hoitzer always pulls faces at him, and then he just slowly edges round and finds his way in there. Jubbers, you are funny. Hoitzer, it's not ideal really for JB to eat Hoitzer's food because Hoitzer gets more than his senior balancer at the moment. He actually gets a little bit of condition cubes as well because as an older gent he does just need that little bit more, whereas Jubbers really doesn't. He's quite happy to steal it from Hoitzer. Whereas Hoitzer, if this was Yolanda, one of the girls, or anybody else trying to steal his food, then he wouldn't have any of it. But because it's Jubbers, he allows it to happen because he's his best buddy. And he'll pull faces at him like that every now and again, but it doesn't deter Jubbs. He knows how to work his way around him. And little Maybelline's having her tea. I've just had a nice chat with our internet chap, and he's going to come back to me with a price to get full Wi-Fi coverage in our barn here and in our turnouts. And I'm hoping it's not going to be too prohibitive so that we can start bringing you more live streams from inside the barn and out in the turnouts.